Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. This is the union read for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine Twin Flames. A little bit of clearing. Today is May 7th, 2020. It's the full moon. And I have two reads for you. So the second read's on the table. I'm going to show you the first read as well. And we'll see what comes up here. So this first one was done yesterday. Okay, so this is the one for yesterday. Okay, so you can take a snapshot if you'd like for that, so you have it to look at while I'm going through this. I'll refer back to it if I need to. And then I'll show you the one that's on the table too, so you have that shot. Okay, so that's the one on the table. So the first one was done yesterday at 9:55, and for those of you not familiar with my setup here, I have the first column here is the feminine, on the right is the masculine, the center is the bridge between them. The feminine 3 cards coming in, the masculine 3 cards going out, and then the underlying energy is the 8 of flames there, and then the summary card at the end is the 8 of swords there. So we have double 8s there, so 8 significant there. Whether it's days that have 8 or August or even 8 days, 8 weeks could be very significant here. I'm just trying to think. Today's the 7th of May. So July, at the beginning of July, June to July keeps coming up a lot as a significant time for the twins. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens this summer. The underlying energy here is for this first read, not the one in front of you, but the first one is the Knight of Swords. And the center energy, so this position in that read, is the 3 of Cups. So you see it's the same card in the center for both reads. So sending 5D messages to come together in joy, or with a group to socialize, perhaps planning to come together with others. The underlying divine feminine energy here is the indigo, which is like the magician, the 3 of swords, and the page of pentacles. So perhaps a proposal to separate, lightening, so lightening, excuse me, or the quickening is coming up again here, to study your new abilities that you received here at this new quarter, at the March 21st quarter. Anyway, be the student of the crystal light and diamond light and the geodes. So that was coming up big here. And also Indy was coming up, so whether it's Indy Films or the Indy 500 racing, the number 3 and 1 were coming up big time here, and also 301. Inspecting. Just inspecting things, examining things very closely, like that Page of Pentacles energy in this deck is very, looking at the gold coin very closely. So in the 3D here, we have the Ace of Wands, the Star card, and then the 3 of Wands. So the Divine Feminine New Passion. I'm going to show you the read again so you have it again. All right, so we're in the 3D here. So the bottom row of the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles there. Or is that this one? I'm sorry, that's the read on the table. Showing you the wrong read. So the Ace of Wands, the Star card, and the 3 of Wands. That's the 3D energies we're looking at right now. So the Divine Feminine New Passion, the flame or desire, and the Divine Masculine present to that flame, the gift of the moment, bridging by the star and walking like an Egyptian. The Divine Feminine walks into him while neither is watching, while healing conduit of the stars, lasers, and crystals, rocking the boat or at the beach at night when the stars are out and the constellations. And fireworks here were coming up, so of course that's July 4th. But also just in regards to Independence Day, so being sovereign. And the that was coming up as the Evelyn Aphelion, the point in the year when the Earth is farthest from the sun. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that occurs around that date of 7/2/74, and 7/2 is coming up again today as well. So the point in the year when the Earth is farthest from the sun occurs around that date, the beginning of July. So June to July has been coming up anyway. And then when the divine feminine flame bumps into three flames, fireworks occur. Egypt, beachwear, healer, laser, walking on back, music, and spheres, etc. all come up here, as well as sound checks. The divine masculine grounding the twin flames when open and present to third energy. The 4D is the 10 of cups, the 3 of cups, and the 8 of pentacles here. Okay, so that middle row. So the divine feminine, family, and or emotional fulfillment. Top dog, the divine masculine, working with crystals and bridging by coming together to socialize or just be in joy or experience a special occasion with someone. The 5D is the Queen of Wands, the 8 of Cups, and the Transformation card, that top row there. The divine feminine with the Queen of Wands, trying to create her own third energy, a bit of drama perhaps, wanting to touch, have their hands in everything, and the divine masculine in transition portal, astral traveling perhaps, off of the treatment bed. Again, whatever kind of portal they're in, at 11:41 to 42, which is justice, and the Ace of Cups and the 2 of Cups. So in the 5D, bridging by walking away and within, walking on the beach perhaps, and or meditating on the beach was coming up as well, or just near water. The divine feminine flame ignites the 10 of Cups, happy family, lightening up the Queen of Swords. So that could be that fire sign type drama energy in your environment, whether it's the masculine or feminine, wanting to receive 5D messages and perhaps trying too hard. The divine masculine present to the flame and third energy, working with crystal energy to transition in the 5D to connect on the beach or by water. The bridge here for the masculine and feminine is the stars, Egypt, Atlantis, and the constellations, being the conduit, the medium. The relayer of energy, like Ben and the kite, grounding mechanism, holding the light, the placeholder, holding it down until grounding and integrating, revving the engine, all clear, shocking the heart until it's all clear, like running water and cleaning the dishes until it is spotless. The healer of the ages is ageless, the fountain of youth, losing age spots. The pacifier, thumb, the green thumb, and Rumpelstiltskin was coming up here, and the plum, like putting in your thumb and pulling out a plum. And Rumpelstiltskin was coming up as of German background, and of course you all know it from the Brothers Grimm, 1812, and the story was supposed to be about 4,000 years old. And that was from en.wikipedia.org. So in Rumpelstiltskin, remember, I don't know if you all remember the story, because I certainly didn't, the daughter can spin straw into gold per her father. So the father's literally selling the daughter, right? Selling her out. So the father lies to the king about what she can do, so he will appear superior, boasting of her golden hair perhaps, but actually changing it into something more magical. So the king gives her straw and the spinning wheel and wants the gold, or will cut off her head. Or the dungeon version, where she just gets put into jail. So as she's about to give up, a small imp appears and does it for her necklace, and again for her ring. But there must be an energy exchange there. The third day the king will marry her, but she has nothing for the imp, so he assumes that he can have her firstborn. When the time comes up to give up her child, because she never made that deal, he finally consents to release that deal if she can guess his name in 3 days. So she's, of course, at the last day, and she goes and she doesn't get it right. So she sends her servant into the woods to see if the servant can find the imp on the final night and overhear him saying his name. So she reveals it. He loses his temper, and he loses the bargain as well. And he runs away angry and disappears, or drove into a chasm into the ground and just disappeared. So she calls him on his bluff. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum. And so plum, I'm just getting Christopher Plummer as well. But the plum was coming up as in things are plumb or level. you know, and then the wrecking ball was coming up today too. So it's like that wrecking ball, right? A ball on a string, making it plumb, you know, weights and measures. Also, Plum is a Christian singer. The birth date there was 3975, but anyway, it has to do with a right angle to the baseline, perpendicular to the zenith. A hanging weight, or what came up yesterday was the dangle, used to determine vertical gravity pull. And then I was getting, it's Christmas time. And then I was questioning, is that Christmas in July or Christmas now? So plums and prunes were coming up, which also were coming up as really good for your eyes. And I never eat prunes and plums. So, and I do have really dry eyes. So I'm going to start eating prunes and plums, and I'll let you know if it makes a difference. So, I mean, I'm really good about my vitamins. I juice every morning, and I use nuts and lots of different fruits and vegetables. So, so I will let you know if that makes a difference. So rich fruits, rich in the plum is a rich fruit in antioxidants and cell rejuvenation and blood circulation. It helps you absorb iron, prevents infections of the eye, and sharpens eyesight. Black and red plums are known to fight cancer and tumors as well. So the outgoing divine masculine energy here was the King of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Ace of Swords. So the crystal skull, the Akashic records of the solar deity, exposure to the truth just below the surface. So the plum of the King of Pentacles exposes plums and dolphin breathing, the music of the spheres, and the summary of this ends up being the alchemy of it, right? Turning nickel into gold, turning fruit into better eyesight, or whatever the case may be. But dolphin breathing was coming up again as that very shallow breathing, but also the dolphin hanging out just beneath the surface of the water, ready to jump. And I wanted to show you this card about the plum, because look at this card. It literally looks like a plum sitting in the water. And he's waiting in the water just below the surface to surprise someone. And there's the plum sitting there like a ball, right? Hiding behind the ball so no one will suspect that they're there. So when you least suspect, but bringing in the plum as well. So don't forget, dolphin breathing. So not only that shallow breathing, but also simultaneous breathing, where you pull in the light from the crown and the base at the same time, and then it wraps around your heart in simultaneous directions. And again, Indy came up again. And I recalled too, my parents always ate lots of plums and bananas, which I never did. So yeah. So I was getting to imagine breathing through the crown, like, you know, the dolphin. So there was this explanation how to do dolphin breathing from Yoga Flavored Life. So it's imagine breathing in through your crown, or like the dolphin's hole, and then up through your feet at the same time, to see breath meeting at the heart chakra, which, you know, there's many different teachings of this, but this is one of them. So sending 5D messages to come together and alchemize. Perhaps practice telling your masculine or your feminine where you're going, to see if they maybe show up there. At 12:20, some of the other comparisons I do of the cards, I was getting magic proposal to the King of Pentacles crystal skull, and then 231s were coming up. And competition, separation, lighthouse, lightning strikes at the ocean in the sun where all is exposed. Storm coming here, and of course this is the full moon, so there's always a little bit of storm there. And then perhaps going to the beach to catch some sun, and also Pegasus was coming up here, which can reference your actual sun. So the Page of Pentacles student wants to play catch with the dolphin just below the surface, being plum, playing go catch. The divine feminine plotting to be creative with crystals, and crystal ball, sending message just below the surface. Great catch. Propose to the King of Pentacles to separate and expose all to their sunshine, and let them know when they catch the message without the ball and chain, right? Being able to catch messages without actually being connected to someone. So the peach pit was also coming up, and the plum pit, and the apricot kernels, which are a really good natural cure for cancers, but of course nobody's allowed to talk about it because it's a natural cure, and doctors aren't taught about that stuff. And then the grid that I do at the end with the numbers, was really cool today. I want to show you this grid, how the numbers came up here. Let's see if we can get it in there. All right, so look at the numbers. So the summary number is 37. We have 8, 21, and 8, but look at the numbers in the middle. 11, 11, 11, and then 3 on 1 on either side, and then that's the King of Cups. So it was really cool. They never come up that way. So the 3 is the Empress, the 1 is the Magician, and then the 11 is the Justice times 3 in between them. And the 37 of Unconditional Love, and then we have Dance, Complete, Dance. So 2, the 8 and the 8, side by side, right? Balance between your masculine and feminine, doing the dance, and then the 21 of Completion, completing the dance to come together. So that was coming up here for sure. The Empress, Justice times 3 with the Magician, and the Fate of the 3 plus the 8, bridge to become the 1 plus 1. And also I was getting the 11, 11, 11 as the 3D, 4D, 5D bridge, right? All come together, all merge. So the 10 and 38 of Dance and Strength of the 8, and then the 10 and 38 of the Wheel and the Queen of Cups, the Empress being strong. I was also getting the transition portal with the Magician, the Empress, and expansion, bridging their humanness, strong fate of the Queen of Cups, and transition of the Magician and the Empress, where the Queen of Cups equals the Empress taming the beast, or the ringleader, right? So the Queen of Cups comes up as the Empress without her ego. And then it was so cool because I opened my mail and there was a mailing from Jehovah's Witness, which is a synchronicity for me, just having to do with initials and stuff. But it came up quoting a couple different things, and this was at 12:55 to 56, and it was a letter from Jehovah's Witness about grieving, you know, and the different Bible chapters and that kind of thing. So the different chapters came up was James 1:13, then Revelations 21:3-4, which is the Empress and the Emperor, and of course the 1 and 13 is the Magician and the Transition. And the brochure was called Awake, and it was number 3 from 2018. Ecclesiastics. That was 7:2, and then John 11:11. That death was like sleep. And then 5:2 also came up, having to do with the morning versus feasting routine. So doing what's good for you as opposed to getting into addictions. So it was just a cool synchronicity that came in the mail. And then getting into the reading in front of you, and I'm getting some masculine energy coming in. I'm sweating all of a sudden. All right. So today, with the read in front of you, and today is the 7th of the Chariot and the 16th of the Tower, so sudden changes, epiphanies, dealing with the Chariot of moving, traveling, ascending, bold moves, sudden bold moves. And we had the full moon this morning in Scorpio. Okay, so this union read was done at 11:33 this morning. 11 is the Justice card, 33 is the Christ vibration, and the 7 of Wands. The union energy of the underlying energy of the 8 of Wands here, and then the center of the 3 of Cups, same as the first read. Expression of feelings and energetic exchange of coming together, or reunion energy. The underlying divine feminine of the King of Cups, the 10 of Swords, and the transition over here. Okay, the King of Cups, 10 of Swords, and transition as the divine feminine King of Cups, unconditional love, with their right eye open, the masculine side, focused on upper back pain and head, and laying on stomach with your elbows out and face on hands, like dolphin breathing. So that was coming up again. And transitioning while sleeping through the portal. So I was getting that there was the feminine going through a portal last night to meet with the masculine, but while you were sleeping. The 3D here is the Page of Wands, masked deity with burning wand that women idolize, or wanting their flame back, but not if it requires the masculine with his mask on. The divine masculine proposing crystals, perhaps Greece or a new culture, bridged by the innocent love the divine feminine has for the divine masculine, that message of love. The divine feminine offers a bid, even though the divine masculine energy may be on it already. And it was coming up as a good price when things are used, so repurposing things. The 4D here is the 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and the Star. So the middle row. So this was the 3D of the masked boy, the Page of Cups, and then the Knight of Pentacles with a proposal or offering. And then the 4D is that 5 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and then the star energy, walking like an Egyptian over there. So the Divine Feminine in the Mary Magdalene cave without light. It's like the hermit without the light, though. Deciding on which crystal or how to put them together or how to use them. Some kind of order needed, like an reordering. The Divine Masculine conduit to the stars, so he's being the conduit today, doing energy work as instructed and directing things forward while looking back at the feminine, trying to guide the Divine Feminine out of the cave, which that Mary Magdalene cave is by themselves, but it's just above where the dark group is doing some kind of co-creating down below in the dark. So bridge by coming together socially or in reunion, and that can be in many different venues, right? So then we have the 5D of the 7 of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the 6 of Cups up top. 7 of Pentacles is the Divine Feminine's heart in the E tower. The Page of Swords, and then the 6 of Cups there on the end, which is the children hugging each other. The Divine Feminine's heart at the E tower receiving people, while the Divine Masculine gets his crystals straight. Divine Masculine cuddling with the Divine Feminine in 5D bliss, bridged by the Page of Swords, a small message of finding a way out of the cave. The Divine Feminine is inspired in the 3D, perhaps by an STD or a comment about that, inspired by a comment, by flame, and then in the 4D holding back without light in the cave to see what the masculine can do. In the 5D Divine Feminine's heart, connecting with other people. The feminine's heart open to others, doing her work. The Divine Masculine is proposing the stars and getting a hug from the feminine, or listening to the star messages to go to the beach, perhaps, or by the water for a reunion or a hug, or to play with your kids. The bridge here is the Page of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the Page of Swords. The reunion with the kids, or Page of Cups message of love, and the Page of Swords response in 5D, coming together in 4D between the cave and the stars, the space between, and family reunions. You can come on in, huh? Just my son coming back from his run. So the outgoing Divine Masculine here, the outgoing Divine Masculine energy here is the 9 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords over here. Happy with self and 5 rays, 5 out of 9, getting better than half. The rays are plum with the cups and the collective consciousness. The Hermit, lovers of Christos Sophia, both on the same side, the Divine Feminine hanging in limbo, sitting on a scale with others asking for handouts, giving of self while Dolphin lays in wait just below the surface with bated breath but plum. When she gets the plums or hangs plum with her support, there's a surprise waiting beneath the surface at 12:21. So the Divine Masculine is getting his wish of greater than half. So there may be a proposal he made and actually made out well, but it's fair and waiting for response and then to jump on it. The summary is the 8 of Swords in hiding with anxiety, prison release, laying in wait to surprise when least suspect. Energetic exchange or expression of feelings and coming together to hide, and that may be hiding away when you come into union. And then the other energies I compare have to do with like the King of Cups to the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Swords to the 6 of Pentacles there. So unconditional love with the King of Cups and getting their wish. Sunshine indoors with indoor rays could get a good price or a good return on used merchandise at 12:28 to 29, which is Hangman and the 2 of Wands, choosing a path, and then the 29, which is the 3 of Wands, being present to the moment. Perhaps disappointed, wanting a message or a massage or a spa treatment, only accepting fair exchange rate. So you might want to trade massages or Reiki treatment, whatever it is. Transitioning through the portal while asleep at night as a Divine Masculine lays in wait for the right moment to strike. So there's a strong, the numbers that came up here for the grid here added up to 63, which is the 9 of Swords but also in my numerology deck, the 63 has to do with parenting, and that was coming up today as well. So definitely parenting was coming up earlier in the day. And then we had 29, 8, and 26 across, which is the 3 of Wands, Strength, and the Page of Wands. So presently strong and inspired. And then the lower axis was about being strong in the dance between your masculine and feminine, and the destiny to hang out in the 10 of Wands energy, which is that Atlas energy of the weight of the world upon your shoulders, or just hard manual labor, working out in the yard or working out at the gym, or just working out at home, if you can't go to the gym. But it was ending up as the Hermit and the Lover and the Hermit, which has to do with working out, meaning having sex. So that might be for someone. And the Divine Feminine clears pain with the right eye focus, perhaps a male child. And the Divine Masculine, a child or children, and the Divine Masculine making an offer or countering an offer for child support and or time with the children. She using tools to manifest, and he laying in wait. So those were the energies that were coming up from that one. So I'm going to pull some cards from the energy deck and see what comes up for you guys. Where are you? 2612. That's not bad. All right. So another message for you guys. I'm going to pull from some other decks too, because I was using this. I only use the energy deck for the Divine Masculine reads. So let's see what comes up first. Everybody watching, for everybody concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn for the union right here? Let's clear all negative, dark, and viral energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned. And let's fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. And so it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What is our... Oh, that came right out. Again, she's been coming up all week. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So there's your sexual chakra again. Your creativity. 36 is I told you, the Atlas, the weight of the world upon your shoulders, the 10 of Wands, which is that, getting a good workout. And here we have the sexual chakra and the creative chakra. So you may be creative in other ways, but that's definitely coming up. And you see the look on her face. That's someone who is daydreaming, okay? That's really funny. And then we have victory, 28, choosing that path of the twins and being at peace. And look at the colors of these. They're so gold. All right, it's all gold. Like being at peace again. Like all is right with the world. The door to romance. Look at that. 33, Christ consciousness. The 7 of Wands, standing up for yourself without being defensive, is the door to romance. Being at peace. Being in la la land. Being all dreamy. And then we have my Crystal Angels deck. Let's see what comes up with that. And I'll pull from something else today. Let's see. I'll pull from Metatron again too. This is Crystal Angels. All right, Crystal Angels. What is the message here? Well, 3 cards came out. Unikite is answered prayers. All your great work has opened the door for divine solutions and support. So it's saying, congratulations for all the hard work you've all been doing. And 3 cards came up. So these colors always come out so beautifully together. So Sujilite or Sugilite, own your divine power. Replace codependent people-pleasing with assertiveness and empowerment. Be sovereign. Moldavite, unconventionality. Be authentic. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life's purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. And then Tiger's Eye, and we were talking about the right eye, the eye on the prize. Self-confidence through God confidence. Believe in yourself by believing in God working through you, that you are a piece of that collective consciousness, that you're all connected. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, and let's see here. Where is my Metatron deck? Okay, here's Metatron. All right, Metatron, you're up. I was pulling some cards yesterday from the energy deck, and Michael and Metatron came up next to each other, and they always present themselves as the dogs, like who let the dogs out. So it's pretty funny they came up together yesterday. Okay. Metatron. There we go. I've got 2 cards, and then the underlying energy, and 2 more actually want to come out. So the underlying energy is signs from Spirit with Love. That's number 50, which is the 10 of Cups, that emotional fulfillment of not only self but family as well. And then the first 2 cards that came out were action, movement needed. So again, the physical exercise and physical activity. The number 9 is the Hermit. And then dimensional gateway, an invitation. I was just talking about how everyone was connecting last night in their sleep. 33 is, again, that Christ vibration, standing up for yourself, and just shining your light. You don't have to be defensive at all. Just present as you, authentic, and action and movement is needed here. An invitation to get moving. And then we have these 2 cards coming up. We have the Gold Cup of Replenishment, which is also like the Holy Grail here of the 16 of the Tower, which is this energy today. And we have the infinity symbol above there, and authentic self. Who are you? So again, being authentic to yourself. This is literally like someone coming out of the mother, fully grown. And we have the 46 of the 6 of Cups, the children hugging each other. So that's like this energy here of the 6 of Cups. Okay, be authentic to yourself again. There's so much reinforcement about loving yourself first here, right? Exercise and be yourself. Be confident in yourself no matter what, right? Be authentic to yourself. And then the bottom again is emotional fulfillment, but not only self-fulfillment, but family fulfillment from Spirit with Love. Okay? That the signs are all around you. Just follow your guidance. Everything happens naturally, so don't feel like you're missing out on something if you feel like insecure, like you're not keeping up. Everything's in divine timing. So again, no worries. Just be yourself. You came out perfect just as you are. Okay? And it's time to take some action and get out there in the sun. Get some codes and just shine your light. And I'll do from the Kipper deck real quick, and then I'm going to go. All right, so from the Kipper deck. What do we have? What is our message? What is our message? What is the message? I think he wants me to shuffle one more time. Okay. There we go. So this one just flipped over. Is it just one? Yeah. There we go. How do you like that? Pretty nice. I'm going to leave it at that, at 3,300. Okay, so the marriage card there, the divine union. So all is well. Was there anything else? I don't think so. Make sure you drink enough water and get your rest. It's been a tough night, tough week to get enough sleep, but I'm getting there. Make sure you get your joy in some nature, and as always, you guys, you know what to do. Rise and be loved. Bye.